Let's talk about marriage green cards in 2026. We have a lot of big changes happening for those interested in the marriage green card process. I'm marriage immigration lawyer John Khosravi, founder of JK Law Firm. I'm going to break down the process, whether you're inside the US or outside, what pros and cons exist, timelines, and process, so you're aware of what's coming up in the future. Now, be mindful, there's a huge amount of changes happening to the system, so this information gets updated regularly. So please like and subscribe so you get updates as they come. I'll do regular videos on this topic as I talk about and think about all day. So hopefully it'll help you out a little bit too. Feel free to leave some comments. So we're going to start by going through consular processing first. This is if the person, the foreign spouse, is outside the United States, as opposed to whether they're inside. Now, typically people don't like this process because it's inevitably going to take longer than inside the U.S., but in certain aspects, it's safer. First, you have to submit an I-130 petition to show your relationship is real. Right now, that's taking 12 to 14 months. And if you're doing a fiance visa, you're a U.S. citizen doing a fiance visa, that could be faster or slower, a lot of times the same amount of speed. Now, if you're married to a green card holder, it'll probably in the near future come around at the same time, but right now it's taking closer to 2 or 3 months as opposed to if you're married to a U.S. citizen taking 12 to 14 months. Let's just believe relationship is real. But then the case gets transferred to the U.S. Embassy. And this is where the problem starts for many people. Some embassies are really fast. In a couple months, you'll be done and get the green card. But some others, like if you're in Pakistan, Nigeria, Kenya, you might have to wait years for the ability to even do an interview. And even after the interview, there'll still be delays in being able to get the visa issued. Along with that, there's a travel ban situation for certain countries, like Iran, Venezuela, for example. And word is some other countries may be added. I don't want to speculate yet because it hasn't happened, but that's something I have to be mindful of. And that's what makes these cases tougher. Add to that the issue of public charge. The public charge rule has always been around. It's the worry that the foreign person coming here won't be able to take care of themselves financially. There's a form for that in family marriage-based cases called Form I-864, Affidavit of Support, where the U.S. citizen or sponsor, green card holder, or someone in the U.S. will say, I'll financially take care of that person. It's okay. That's been enough for almost all history, but Trump administration wants to break it down to see if you speak English well, you have good credit, you have finances, you have work history, you have okay health, a lot of different things, and that could cause a lot of problems too, along with all the additional background checks they're going to do on your social media, for example, to make sure you're not a security risk or you haven't mentioned any controversial subjects, to leave it at that. So that's could cause a lot of problems too. And that's why a lot of people prefer to be in the United States, because even if it takes a long time, at least they're together with their spouse, their children potentially to wait it out. But if you're a green card holding spouse, that's your spouse of a green card holder, it might take longer. It depends on the visa bulletin. Right now, the visa bulletin is getting faster, so we're going to see faster dates on this. But that's kind of up in the air, and that changes every month. Now, the alternative is if you're in the United States and you want to file for adjustment of status. For most cases, when I'm married to a U.S. citizen right now, these are taking 2 or 3 months to get done. So it's incredible how fast it's going. It's been like that since the Trump administration came. Now, before in the Biden administration, there'll be no interviews, but now they're requiring in-person interviews for every marriage green card case. So that's something you have to deal with. And the big scare, the fear that's in the news right now is if you go to your interview and you don't have status, you haven't maintained status at the time of your interview, will they come and detain you and put you in immigration jail and hold on to you and have a court hearing, all that? It's a very awful experience to have. Most cases do not have that. As of this week, we still getting cases approved, no problem. But word is on the street, these things are happening. So the key to that is if you need to maintain status as long as possible in these kind of cases, do not, if you're outside the United States watching this, do not come to here with a tourist visa with the intent to stay here. That's immigrant intent, may look like fraud, and may get you detained as well. So you want to avoid that. Now, sometimes we have couples who are here 3 or 4 months and they get engaged and say, I can't be without you any longer, I want to get married. That's okay to change your mind. It is allowable, and you will if you're married to a citizen, and the rest of your case is okay. No criminal history or documents are okay. Financial support is there. You can still get a green card, but very few people right now. But it may still be a chance because by the time your interview happens, you might not have maintained status, and that'll cause you to be detained at the interview. Again, most people it doesn't happen to. We'll see what happens in 2026, and then you have to go to immigration court to get yourself out. So it gets very complicated. Even though you're married to a U.S. citizen, for example, you'll still be able to get a green card in court, but it's a very expensive and tedious and horrible process to have to undergo, which is one of the difficulties this administration is putting people under. Hopefully, there'll be some lawsuits to kind of correct this because it's very unfair for them to put people in that situation. Now, if you have an H-1B visa, you've been going to school, you have F-1 student visa a couple years longer, you don't have that worry per se, but sometimes rarely cases take so long that even that status ends. Now, if you have filed your adjustment of status in a timely fashion, you can technically stay in the United States till the decision is made. That's how it was historically, but things are changing. Along with that, if you're one of the travel ban countries right now, as of post Thanksgiving, those people's cases are going to be put on hold, and some other countries may be added. And the public charge rule will be coming to adjustment of status cases as well. They haven't set out the terms of it, but we could assume that it's going to mimic or be similar to consular processing through the embassy system, looking through health, finances, education, English language skills, and the like to see and judge. And it's going to be up to the officer to judge this kind of stuff, which makes it hard because everyone could have a different interpretation of the rules. But for them to be look at it and make a decision on whether you're worthy to get the green card, again, most people will probably get it. The biggest worry is if you're going to get detained for essentially no reason. But that's the worst that could happen in these scenarios, as long as your background is good and you're clean, all that kind of stuff. Again, it can get done in 2 or 3 months. That's some 99 out of 10, or maybe 98 out of 100 cases we're seeing are done that quick in our adjustment of status. We focus on marriage green card case at our office, and so that's the good news there. The bad news is the public charge rule, travel ban, and the potential of being detained. If you want more information, we have an ultimate marriage green card guide. Check out the description below for the links, or just contact us to schedule consultation. We'll have all that information in the description for you. But I wish you the best. 2026 is going to be a big year. A lot of changes are happening, so please stay tuned for more updates as they come, because there'll be a lot of updates coming.